Okay.
Surround yourself with great leadership. Surround yourself with great people. You know, that's
Mm.
very important. That is very important. So if you with a group of people and you the best in the group, you need to find another group.
Right.
You know,
Okay.
you
Okay.
need to find a different group where you can see a different perspective. Because like one thing I've been always amazed with marketing, we all know it's all different types of marketing. You got pyramids, you got this, you got that, da da da, um, and you got all different types of ways to make a dollar. But if you're gonna be serious about it and whatever you do, get great leadership from the people that's the best in the business.
Welcome to the Nicholas Brown Podcast, a podcast talk show about real estate investing, business leadership, and personal development. Each week, we explore current real life case studies about how to build financial independence through investing in real estate to build your personal portfolio through passive income models, along with interviews from the top business leaders and personal development leaders. Now, here's your host, Nicholas Brown.
Welcome to the show, ladies and gents. I got a special, and I got something just like my brother here. I've been knowing this cat for over 20 plus years, at least 25 years, which we started. We're from Oak Cliff. We're from Oak Cliff. We represent Oak Cliff, Dallas Fort Worth area though. But we always been a part of Oak Cliff though. But we started. I met him when I first started in the car business, ladies and gentlemen. That's back in about 1999, 1999, and he was coming out of a class, but his leadership skills and his magnetism, he was a front of about 19 people behind him though, but he was leading. I'm looking at that brother where I'm in a showroom where they got new groups of people that's coming out from taking their class in the dealership. We started out at a dealership called Big Billy Barrett on 635 in Oaks, ladies and gentlemen. That's how far back it was though. But I called him. He's known around Oak Cliff. It's A. Stewart, Anthony Stewart, King of Cars. I call him A. Stewart. There's a reason why I call him A. Stewart. If you guys play spades and all, the ace is always gonna get you a book. He's always gonna help you out. So Ace is already gonna get you in the car, whatever. He's gonna get you the bill. He's gonna get it done if you're willing to use him. Let him apply his knowledge, his ways to do it. So I'm not gonna go any further. He's done over. Here's the thing, too, ladies and gentlemen. I've been knowing him over time. He's a marketing guru. Sales is natural too, though, but he's a professional sales. He's a referral machine, also. Referral machine. It was 1 year before all this internet, ladies and gentlemen, happened. He did over 52 calls with ease. 52 cars. That's not easy, ladies and gentlemen. And you think about it. So I'm not gonna go any further because he's gonna be my right hand man for this solar, and he's one of the leaders out here. This is a special interview, and this is an ongoing thing because he's gonna be my right hand man for solar and this method that we're not understanding this trend for solar panel and clean energy. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna introduce you guys to Anthony Stewart. Welcome to the show, Anthony.
All right, all right. Good morning, good morning. Thank you, brother, for having me.
All right,
It is
man.
an honor and a pleasure to be on this show. Um, so I am so glad to be linked in with you, so we can take some things to another level. And I want to say hello to all your fans and your followers, man. Good morning, everybody. Let's be great today.
That's right. That's right. And ladies and gentlemen, he's going to be on a few shows that I want him to be a part of also, these episodes for podcast and YouTube. Because Mr. Stewart, what we deal with on my podcast show, we talk about three things: real estate investing, business leadership, and personal development. Which you've been a part of this, man. You've been a part of this. You know me, I've been a part of this during the years
Yes,
we've
sir.
been together
Yes,
too.
sir.
But you're a man of God, of faith also, man. I definitely appreciate you, ladies and gentlemen. A week ago, we prayed on this. That's the
Yes,
thing
sir.
that lead this. We built our foundation and set it out. So we're going to continue to have God in front of us, or your spirit, if you guys are atheists or whatever, we still pray. We still have belief. So I appreciate you for doing that, Anthony Stewart, putting it out
You're
there.
very welcome. Great
But
worker. So let me tell your audience a little bit about me, man, and I
let me let
appreciate
me
that
let me let me get them
great
to it.
interest.
Let me set you up. I'm not gonna put you different. Let me set you up because you
Okay, cool.
deserve that loyalty.
All right, my
And the
brother.
listeners and your followers as listeners, because I want them to come back to it. I'm gonna set you
Yes,
up.
sir.
I know you're excited. So it's three
Yes,
things
sir.
we focus on: motivate, teach, and perspective. And you got plenty of knowledge of that, Mr. Stewart. So the motivation is I'm gonna lead to the question: what motivated you to become an entrepreneur? Tell us about you. Tell the listeners about you, sir.
Well, for me, man, personally, I it was my family were business owners.
Okay.
You know, my family was my grandparents, Bobby and Peggy Grimm, may they rest in peace.
All right.
My grandfather had a very lucrative catering business. So, growing up, I had the opportunity to go to City Hall and do the Grambling Prairie game for over 30 years. You know, Granddad taught me a few very great principles, and one of those things was to be proud of your name, and your name needs to have value to it. You know,
That's right.
so anything that you put in the atmosphere, your name is everything at the end of the day. That's why in Tina Turner's movie, What Love's Got to Do with It, the judge said, "What do you want?" She said, "All I'll take is my name."
That's right. Right. Right.
She
Right.
gave everything back, but she took the key part, which was her name, and she rebuilt her brand, got back out there,
Right.
and re revamped herself. You know, and so that's one of the things that motivated me was my family, and they showed me. It was funny. Uh, I didn't graduate from high school. I
Okay.
was a young cat.
Okay.
Uh, I was working, trying to figure things out, and my granddad told me, he said, "Hey, you know, school ain't for everybody. You
Right.
know, if that's
Right.
not for you, that's not for you. It ain't for everybody. But what you gonna do is
right.
rank you on the first,
Right. Right.
and you're
Keep it
gonna go to
real.
work, get you a job, have you a plan. You know, there's other ways that you can make it out here. But in my case, I had so much of an entrepreneur spirit then
Hmm.
that the school it just didn't turn me on. So I made a few mistakes in life, and that's what we do.
That's
I feel
right.
like our mistakes, especially at a young age, from 18 to 25, those things shape and build your life.
That's
You know,
right.
so when I
Right.
mentor to younger brothers and sisters,
Okay.
you know, I have to just tell them, hey, let your next move be your best move.
That's
You know,
right. Right.
and one other thing is plan your work so you can work your plan.
That's
You know,
right.
that's very important. Plan your work so you can work your plan. So whatever you might be doing in life, may it be on the job, 9 to 5, and if you want to transition into being an entrepreneur or being a part of something that's amazing, plan your work so you can work your plan. Have you some goals set within your plan, achievable goals, and knock them down one at a time till you get to that next level. And that way you can handle the next level. Because sometimes we all ask about we want to be rich, we want to be successful, but we're not ready or prepared for it
That's
when the
right.
success comes.
That's right.
You know, you act different when you got a lot of commas in your bank account. You wake up different, you know.
right. Right.
So, with that being said, I think it's very important to know who you are and stand on your principles. Be the same cat with $1 million in your account and versus $550 in your account. You got to still have that same uh,
Mentality.
mentality, but
That's right.
just a little bit more polished, you know,
Right. 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 And
because
be so
success,
confident where you, even if you take it, I'll get it back in time.
yes,
You gotta be so bold and confident. That's the
yes,
key.
man.
Would you agree?
I totally agree with that. I totally agree with that. But my family motivates me.
That's good.
My
Okay.
my brand motivates me. It's just it's funny. Like for over the years, over 25 years, I've been putting in work selling cars, and everywhere I go, somebody knows me.
This is Dane Fuentes with Cumulus Media, and you guys are listening to the Nicholas Brown Podcast Show.
You know.
that's your passion, though. Let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, in Oak Cliff or Dallas Fort Worth period, it's not a job to him. It's just a passion. He like the after effect of helping people, but it's
I
easy
do,
to him. Am I right? It's
I do.
easy to you. It's not
I
a
do, but
job to you.
that's where my connection is. I say that my ministry is in my work and in my
Uh,
work ethic. You know,
right,
because it's in the car industry that's a hard business. It's not for everybody.
right,
You know,
right.
but what it taught me over the years is every individual is different. Every person is different. They have a different you have to have a different approach. Even though this is repetitive, I do it every day, but every approach is different because their story is going to be different from the next person. And you have to be able to make that connection with your client, with your future client. Uh, make that connection and be able to elevate them, elevate their story to reality, you know, because that's just the key, you know,
Right,
because
right.
a lot of people can because when they come to you, when your clients are in need, they have a need. You have to be able to learn. You have to be able to listen.
That's right.
That's
Listen.
one of the key
Yeah.
things I learned
Right. Guide them
is
to the end. Listen
being
to what they goes are, what you want.
yes, yes,
Boom.
sir. You got to listen to the content. You know, so I learned that a long time ago. Like it's a especially being you said it earlier. 25 people. It's a Shark Tank at a car lot.
Yeah,
First
yeah,
person get
yeah.
a up.
Yeah.
The up is a person that drive in. It's
Yeah, yeah.
changed a lot. It's changed a lot since the
Really?
internet.
Okay.
But before when you drive up to a car lot 15, 20 years ago, it's 15, 20 people, goons outside. It's already an intimidating situation,
Yeah, 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 yeah,
and it's the
yeah.
first. It's dog eat dog, shark eat fish.
Right, 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 right.
But
I
and it
remember
made
that.
it different. But now that we are in the future and where we are, it's a little different with the internet and internet sales and
But that's okay.
it's
That comes to
but
mindset. When even at that
yeah,
time between now and then, was your mindset, hey man, I'm gonna eat today, I'm gonna make it happen. Am I
yeah,
right? So it's all
yeah,
about
yeah.
mindset,
It
and
is. It
and the
is.
car business. So I love the car business, man. But when I first started, he said, man, don't get with him. Do not get with him. Stick with me. Get out there. Get your mindset.
Yeah.
Don't learn the
Yes.
bad moves. No tie kickers either. Get your mindset right, Dick. And it was a
See,
numbers game. And mentality.
it,
Am I right? So
it
you
is.
can.
Let me say this.
It's so
Let me add
powerful. The
this to it.
car sales. Your
Let me
professional
just
car
add
sales.
this. To be a real entrepreneur, to be a great salesperson, to be different, you want to make sure that you separate yourself from the everybody. You want to be able because when you have to start at zero every day,
Hmm.
it you gotta that zero can go positive or negative. But it's like you have to willfully create an opportunity. You know,
Yeah,
let's
yeah,
talk about that for a minute. In
yeah. Go
anything we
ahead.
do, opportunities, you know, they like fruit on the tree. You know, they sit there and you see them, but you have to figure out a way to
How to
get
get
that fruit from that tree and make sure that you're getting the right piece of fruit.
right.
So opportunities, like for me, I have this mindset of, and you said it earlier, it's all about numbers. So when I learned the concept of the 10 percenter, God requires 10% in your
Okay.
tithes, right? Your
Right.
10% is this. I'm dropping some nugget on you people. I'm going to drop some
Yeah.
nuggets on you. Sell.
Listen.
Anybody that's in sales
One
this
moment,
week.
one moment. Side note, I forgot to
Okay.
plug in. If you guys are watching, make sure you subscribe. That's the reason
Yeah.
why I had to start. Make sure you subscribe to this because if you're
Okay.
working out and trying to get a positive mindset, I watch videos of people such as Mr. Stewart that when I'm working out, stimulate my mind. I'm watching this. So if you on YouTube, make sure you subscribe. If you're on a podcast channel, subscribe and download. This is the reason why. So you can repeat this over and over, but he's about to give you a nugget if you're listening and watching. Go ahead. Thanks,
Well,
sir.
I'm
Go
trying
ahead.
to tell you. Subscribe, subscribe, subscribe.
And download because when we're working
That
out,
right.
am I right, Mr. Stewart?
Yes,
Something
sir.
when you working out or walking or whatever, you trying to stimulate your mind, something
You
positive
got
like we're
that's the
talking
first
about.
thing you need to do in the morning.
Right. No
Is put
stinking
some
thinking.
water,
Positive.
put
Yeah.
some water in
That's
your
right.
body,
That's right.
put some
That's right.
water in your body, and put some positive thoughts and vibrations in your mind. This is
Right.
very important.
And one
Don't
one
wake up
thing about
listening.
him, ladies and gentlemen, is what I love about him. He had his pad out. He had a plan of action. He had his pad. I had my pad. Hey man, how we gonna do this? What's going on?
Let me
He
drop.
will listen. Yeah, the knowledge. How we gonna follow
Let me
through? So
drop this
I
nugget
appreciate you there.
before I
I appreciate.
let
Go
me
ahead.
drop this nugget. Let me drop this nugget before I forget.
Go-
So the nugget I want to share with y'all is numbers and power. You
Numbers
know,
and power. Okay.
it's number power. I'm sorry, it's power in numbers. My
There's
mistake.
power in
It's
numbers.
power in numbers. Okay. So when I learned the concept of the 10%, as I said earlier, God requires you to do 10%.
That's right.
That's God's guarantee.
Okay.
You tie in the law into the Lord, you tie into Him, you put in your 10%, He give you 10 folds. That's where that come from, right?
Right.
So the number 10 is your guarantee. So what I did different, let's speak on the month that I sold 52 cars. So I was working at
Yeah.
Clay Cooley, Mitsubishi.
Okay.
I hadn't worked at a big dealership. I hadn't worked at a big dealership in over 4 or 5 years. I went independent for a while,
Right. I remember.
but I was on a platform where I did buy here, pay here, and there was a lot of people. But when I got to Clay Cooley and I walked in, they was like, "Man, who is this guy, man, or whatever?" You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
man,
Yeah.
what? You know, it was one
Yeah.
young man that sold
Yeah.
25, 30 cars. That was their top guy. So the first month I smoked him with 35.
Right.
You
Right.
know,
Right.
then this was December because I came in right on Halloween. November I sold 30,
Ooh, slow
and he
month.
was
This
like,
on
"Dang,
December? On a slow
yeah,
month?
this December, the last month of
Wow.
last year,
Wow.
man."
Congratulations,
Which is a
dog. See,
buying
pushing
tip,
it.
by the way, folks. December
Yeah.
is the best month to buy a car because dealers have to pay extra taxes on it, and the value of the cars drop or raise. More likely, they drop going into the next year.
Gotcha.
But in order for me, I said, man, I want to set a record. What's the record? They told me 40 cars. I said, I'm gonna set. That was my mindset. So I
Yes,
wrote
right.
that down.
Right.
I'm
Right.
gonna beat this. I'm gonna do 40 plus. I wrote that down. And I asked myself, how do you get to 40? Last month, I touched 31 people. I'm gonna do something different. You know, when the customers came in and they sit down and we talk, when I
Hmm.
sold them a car, I had them, the dealership required 5 references, but I
Yeah.
required 10,
That's right.
a
Numbers
10
game.
percenter, right? I
Right.
required 10. I did something different. And so I made a copy of every reference sheet for everybody that I touched.
Okay.
So that's that multiplying number of 10. So I was like, man, I went back next month. I had 10 references on 30 some deals. All those people,
Yeah.
that's just new people I contacted. So I called them with a sense of urgency and politeness. Hey man, your sister Tina just came here and had an awesome time. We're having a friends and family sale on Saturday, just for friends and family,
Right.
and we're going
Right.
to give you great service. We're going to make the process smooth for you. And if you're not in the market for a car, if you know somebody that is, I pay cash referral. So this is the opportunity in one hand, and if you need a car, it's a great opportunity in the other hand. And by the way,
Sweet.
my name's Anthony Stewart. They call me the king of cars. So y'all come see me. So what I did, I took that extra incentive and I touched 10 more people. And I also do this, and I still do this to this day.
What's that?
I take a stack of cards like you, Nick,
That's
and
right.
I touch 10 people every day in the grocery store, at the gas station. So what I'm saying, in my body of work, I've touched thousands of people with good energy.
And they know your
And
name and brand, ladies and gentlemen, and they
people
get
know
familiar. He may not,
they
he don't
know
have to
they
push him. He not pushing. He just doing familiar. He got marketing.
so
Back in the night in the 2000, he had the Escalade or whatever. He had the wraps, all that. This is a marketing genius, though. But he had his name on there and his face. Am I right? They were familiar with
yes, sir.
you. They
Yes, sir.
familiar with
And I
you.
look so
Go
in the
ahead.
remaining of that nugget. So guys, if you're in the sales, you need to touch 10 extra people a day outside of work, not at
Okay.
work. You know, you
Touch 10
need
people.
to, and just think of it this way. Those are seeds. Those are future opportunities. We talked about the tree of opportunity earlier with the fruit. If you're planting your seeds, it might not, you got to wait for them to harvest. So if you talk to 10 people a day for 6 days a week, that's 60 people. You do the math, times 12 in a year's time. They might not look for a card, but people will call me and say, hey, man, I got your card 3 years ago, man.
That's
Woo,
right.
woo, woo. So that's very important, folks. Touch 10 people a day, share with them what you do, and make sure that whatever you do, you know your product, the benefits of your product. A lot of people might need your help, but they just want a friendly face, or they want to make a connection with somebody that's very professional, that knows their craft, and can get them in and out. I'm the same way as a consumer. When I shop and I spend money, I want to be treated a certain way to where I want to feel good about what I'm doing. I want to have a smile on my face, and I want to bless, and I want to pay forward.
Professional.
So that's
Right.
definitely something that I would like to share with you guys, and try it and see where you at. The
Okay.
10%er. So keep putting in that work, because like if you touch 100 people, 10 people are in the market for it. One person will call.
That's
You
right.
know, it's just
Right.
how the degree of the math works.
This is Kobe Zinn from the FLA podcast, and you're listening to the Nicholas Brown Podcast Show.
Keep plugging in. Keep plugging. So, ladies and gentlemen, he jumped. He got straight to the point. He taught us something. Motivate, teach, and I want to get a perspective. He was about to lead to it, but I had to interrupt for a bit.
No
What is your
problem.
perspective on today's marketing, sales, and marketing in general, whether you're a car salesman or whatever? Because that's why I'm so happy to have you part of this. I want you to teach people. I love teaching and educating and being the source, which I see that you're doing that also. So, what's your perspective, Mr. Stewart, on today's market for marketing and sale? What have you seen?
Well, the game has definitely changed, and the world that we live in now is most definitely different. With the cell phones, who would have thought that with a cell phone, it's a computer, it's
Yeah,
your bank,
technology.
you can
Yeah.
technology. So I just finished a broker class a couple of weeks ago. One of the top was a big company, and one of the nuggets that they have for being a great salesperson is have good technology, have the up to date phones, the up to date tablets, a tripod, so
Have
you
your
can hold
tools.
it.
Have your
You
tools
got to have your
prepared.
tools. You got to have
Right,
all
right.
your
That-
tools.
Right.
So in this day and light, man, people want to see. They want to hit like. They want to get. You want to get your followers. You want to.
Right.
People want to see. And it was. Oh man, this is so amazing.
That's
When
it.
I was learning marketing and I was paying for commercials, right,
I remember those.
on a gospel show with my good friend Antonio Johnson.
Good guy.
Um,
Good guy.
so
Yeah.
I was paying. The dealership didn't believe in the connection. So I tried. I went to the dealership. I said, "Hey man, can y'all pay for my radio ads? It's $300 a week." They
Right,
was
right.
like, we tried that and it didn't work. I said,
It's
okay,
okay.
no problem. So I
Right.
say, look, Mr. Johnson, this is my $300, okay? This ain't their
Right, right,
money.
right, right.
So
But it was
I, you know,
exposure.
I, I wanted to put that out there. So check it out. So first week, nothing. Second week, nothing. Third week, nothing. Fourth week, nothing. I said, hey, look, man, I'm $1,200 in,
Right,
and
right,
I don't know. I'm starting to think like they thought. He said, well, no, man, your first mistake is don't think like they think.
that's right.
Think better than they think. Okay.
Right, right, right,
Let me
right.
explain how marketing works. Okay.
Mhm.
I hate to, this, I'm going to put this one in my book. He told me just like
That's
this.
why we
He
got
said,
another episode. Go
yeah,
ahead. Go
he
ahead. We about
said,
to end it. Go ahead. It's on you.
McDonald's,
Uh,
McDonald's got a sandwich called the McRib. Are
right.
you familiar with the McRib? I said, yeah. He said, now they don't sell the McRib year round, do they? I
No.
said, no, they don't. He said, now McDonald's run nothing but commercials 2 to 3 months before the McRib
Prior.
come
They
to
launched it.
get
Yeah.
you to anticipate the McRib. When they
Right.
got the sauce on there and the onions and the
Right. They
pickles,
building
and
it up. Yeah.
they build it up. So they set the stage. Now,
That's right.
you have to
Right.
understand. It ain't gonna
Right.
work in 30 days. Okay.
Right.
You have to put this body of work down every day
Right.
until they start hearing you. And once they
Right.
hear you enough, then they
Me.
want to see you,
That's
you
right.
know? And
Right.
then once they see your body of work, then they want to be a part of what you have
Right.
going.
Right.
So success won't come overnight. But
Right.
what you have to do is definitely be very consistent. And that's what that taught me. Even though, hey, I'll take this $1,200, and I believed in it and it made sense, you know? So I took that concept, and me and this gentleman, when we pushed from just doing his gospel show, to one of the highlights was when the new technology came out, because I ran a commercial. After I
Yeah.
had a great success with him, they
Sure.
gave me a budget for a commercial. I said, hey, man, I want to give away a car at the Grammy Prairie View game. He said, well, how much of a car you think we got to spend? About 10,000, because you want to get a good car. I said, yeah. He said, here, man, I'm gonna give you a black car for $10,000. Do whatever you want to do with it. You know, I don't care if you get on top of the bill and sell a car. So I invested in cable commercial with the same guy,
Wow.
you know,
Wow. But on
and
the side
then
note, ladies and gentlemen, he became the law of attraction and the law of pull. The original people that didn't want to give him that 300, they they came
they
back
gave
to
me
him. Now they
10,000.
want 10. So he still had a plan regardless. I'm gonna make it happen. You gotta come see me. That's why I always tell people, you gotta come see me.
Yeah.
But he brought more pull. Now he was in more control. He had his own content and context. Then now he
And
can write
and
stroke.
it
He
blew
blew
their
up, didn't
mind.
he? Yeah,
It
yeah.
blew their mind because they never
Really.
seen it. Because I went from, no, we don't want that. So let me
That's
show
right.
you
That's
what to
right.
do with it.
Right. Right. He was
Let me show
determined,
you
man.
what to do with it.
Right.
You
Right.
know.
Right.
So
But didn't you have a vision?
that's
Don't you think you had a vision? Did
I
you have a
did. I
vision?
did.
Okay. But you
My
put
my
it out
vision
there.
was
You
my
put it
vision
out
was
there.
to be better. My vision was to be better than everybody.
Man.
You know,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
and
Stand
I'm
out.
not being cocky, but
Oh,
when you
you
say better
confident.
than anybody, everybody, like whatever you do, you want to be the best in what you do.
That's right.
Period.
That's right. You want to
When I
stand out.
when I took because in the beginning of my career, I just like a vehicle, they changed their body style every 7 to 10 years, right? You
Right.
know, so
Right.
when I came in the game, I was VIP. I was I was well, I was the VIP. First, I was the People's Champ. Then I switched when I had the Escalade. I was
Yeah, that
VIP
VIP.
auto
Yeah, the
sales.
great
I was
Escalade. Yeah, with the
VIP auto
rap on
sales.
it.
But when the transition when the game switched and my new character was the king of cars, because you have to be a character
Okay. I got
like a paid actor, you know. So
you. Right.
when I took this concept and my friend said, man, you the king, man, you boy,
Right.
I could see you with Eric King Kong, man. He was a marketing company, and he pumped me
Okay.
up. He said, "Man, you the king, man. The dude on the TV show, you killing him. You killing him. You are
Okay.
the king." So when I bought into being the king, I said, "I got to be better than everybody. I gotta push. And that's when all this Facebook stuff was coming in. All this stuff was everything was new,
Right. You did your
and
videos and posts. You steady. You
so
do it to
I
this day,
I took
ladies and
it to
gentlemen. Yeah.
another level.
Yeah.
I took marketing very seriously because you want to get your brand out there, you want to get your name out there, and you want people to hear about you before they even see you.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you
And
so much, Nick.
thanks everyone for listening. You're listening to the Nicholas Brown Podcast. I'm Logan,
I'm Clyde.
and you're listening to the Nicholas Brown Podcast.
Yes.
And it's not a cold call. It's not a cold sell because now it's warm because they like, know, and trust Mr. Stewart, and he's not pushing them. He's educating them, and it just fall into place. Am I right? You educate them right,
Yeah.
and it just fall into place. People don't realize that. But one more thing, because we're gonna
Okay,
do
no
another,
problem.
another episode. We just about done. Now,
All
make
right.
sure you guys subscribe. That's the reason why I want you guys to subscribe to this channel. And if you're listening in, make sure if you're listening on your podcast, make sure you download and subscribe. Because here's a
What's,
nugget.
you got to say that you got to say even though they own, you got to say subscribe to.
They don't have it. Ladies and gentlemen, My thing is, I already got this on the screen. We edited this.
Cool.
It's gonna be on there,
Tap the
ladies.
button,
Yeah,
y'all.
tap the button.
Subscribe, subscribe, subscribe.
Subscribe. You'll see it on the screen also. But my point is, before I let you go, Mr. Stewart, well, I always ask
Close.
leaders, what's your what's your understanding of leadership? What is leadership to you, Mr. Stewart?
I think a key point of leadership is I got two answers for you. Well, these are
Good.
two, my top two in
All right.
leadership. First thing you gotta know how to be led. You got to be willing to be led.
Okay.
To be a great leader, you have to be willing to be led. What does that mean? So,
Well,
say if you're coming into a new business, you have to be open. You have to be transparent. You have to not be to the point where, oh, I know it all. You can't be
mhm.
overconfident. You got to be led. Got to be led all the right information. You got to be open to things like with the new business that we're going into. I'm very humble and I want to be led into it. That's one thing. So to be a great leader, you have to know how to be led because at some point, once you get your leadership up, you'll be leading people. Second thing is
Okay.
surround yourself with great leadership. Surround yourself with great people. You know, that's
Mm.
very important. That is very important. So if you with a group of people and you're the best in the group, you need to find another group.
Right.
You know,
Okay.
you
Okay.
need to find a different group where you can see a
It's
different perspective. Because like one thing I've been always amazed with marketing, we all know it's all different types of marketing. You got pyramids, you got this, you got that, da da da, uh, and you got all different types of ways to make a dollar. But if you're gonna be serious about it and whatever you do, get great leadership from the people that's the best in the business, you know? And you
okay.
ask them, like I did when I was a green pea, how the hell do your phone ring like that?
Awesome. Awesome.
How do you do what you do? You know, this dude told me a long time ago, man, I sell cars from my seat, not from my feet. I said, wow, you know,
It'll
how do you
cover
do
my
that?
seat. Okay.
Get your brand out there, but be around great leaders that are good at what they do. Emulate them, talk to them, get some of their nuggets. Like you, a great leader. Me and you, we've
Thank you, sir.
always had great chemistry
That's right.
together. So it's like I'm good at what I do. You're good at what you do, and we're both great.
That's
You
right.
know,
Right.
and you have to surround yourself around great people to get greatness,
Right.
because it will, how they say, the cup will flow,
Oh,
you know,
right. Right. Right.
so
Right.
get you some flow, okay? Get you some great leaders, be around them, and
Okay.
if you apply those two things, man, I think that you will definitely be a great leader. And not only, with being a great leader comes a lot of responsibility, you know, and you got to
Okay.
be ready for that.
Okay. Okay. Great answer. Great answer. He extended it. He extended it, ladies and gentlemen. He extended it. But
Well, I'm a little long-winded.
I see it. But this is your time. You're gonna be on my show. You're gonna be on multiple shows. That's why I said we're
Thank
gonna
you,
we're
man.
gonna teach these young cats, man. I thank God for you. I'm excited for you. And
Thank
as
you,
I
man.
tell my daughter, and I say too, man, he about his swag. Swag know about swag. Swag is not being over cocky. It's just confident. And I can do what I can do. He does that. I want to be around people that does that too. I sponge. I sponge off knowledge, and at the same time, I want to know how we can get to the finish line to go together.
Yes, sir.
So I always tell you, ladies and gentlemen, before I end this, be responsible as an individual, but work as a team. He's a responsible cat. He's a responsible man that we work as a team, but we got our mindset where we want to focus and enjoy our works together, fruit of our labors together. He's the type of guy he was saying his leadership that you want to be around leaders such as that, where we try to get to the next level. Am I right? So we
Fantastic. That's
sponge
right.
off each other and we go to the next
That's
level.
right.
So I appreciate your time. Any last word? What's the perspective? Because we're gonna get you on the next series.
Sure. Let me say this in closing. Um, if you're in the market for a new car, give me a call. My number is 214
Okay.
356 8706. I do all types of vehicles, mainly 4 to 5 years old with good mileage, good clean titles, no wreck cars. I do all different types of financing. I'm a finance specialist, so I can get
Okay.
anyone approved that has the two things that I need: cash and cooperation, those two C's. Uh, you can look me up on Facebook. You can find me there at Anthony Kings of Cars. If you like to take a look at my website, it's
Okay.
AutoKingOfTexasTX.com. That's where you can find me. And again, in closing, brother, thank you for the opportunity to share my knowledge and my wisdoms with the audience, with the world. And I'm looking forward to this new platform that we're working on. And we're gonna come off like the mob.
That's right. That's right. One last question on your business. I know we're in the Dallas Fort Worth area, ladies and gentlemen. Are you nationwide, or what areas that
Yeah,
you
I'm
don't touch?
nationwide. I
So
ship.
you can ship also anywhere,
Yeah,
whether
I
in
ship.
California, New York,
It's only
whatever.
two or
Some
three states. It's only 2 or 3 states. That's Rhode Island, that's Louisiana, and Virginia, because they do their taxes differently with cars. So those are the
okay.
only 3 states
'Cause you can't do
I
business at
don't
this
do.
time
So
with
I'm
okay.
47 out of 50.
Okay.
So
That's not bad. That's not bad. That's not bad.
yes, sir. Yes,
Well,
sir.
hey,
Again, thank you, man. I appreciate the time, man. Have a great day, and
yeah.
thank you for having me.
Okay. Thanks for coming on there. Before we end out, ladies and gentlemen, as I say, don't condemn, don't complain, because you have a choice to make a change. Have a great day.
Thanks for joining us on the Nicholas Brown Podcast. Make sure to visit our website, www.nickbrowninc.com, where you can subscribe to the show in iTunes, Stitcher, or via RSS, so you'll never miss a show. While you're at it, if you found value in this show, we'd appreciate a rating on iTunes. Or if you'd simply tell a friend about the show, that would help us out too. If you like this show and you are a new real estate investor, then check out one of Nicholas's free reports called the Wholesale Dominator Report, also located on our website, www.nickbrowninc.com/free reports. Be sure to tune in for our next episode. And remember, don't condemn, don't complain, because you have a choice to make a change. Have a great day.